In 1979, I went to Anniston, Alabama, at Fort McClellan. It was the first time that I had gotten on an airplane. I got on an airplane from New York to Anniston, Alabama, Fort McClellan, and I did basic training. Really, it was the first time that I began to think about my own health. Think about what I could do to raise my health to a higher level. 44 years ago, just a long time ago, I had to go through that. Then I went to Korea. I went to South Korea for the first time, and I was sitting in the house one day that we had moved into, and I started thinking about breathing, about breath control. You know, babies, when they breathe, their stomach expands. Adults, when they breathe, they take micro breaths. Their chest expands, very little. But when a baby breathes and goes to sleep, you see how deep the breaths they take. If we as adults would breathe that way, how more healthy we would be. So I latched onto that, and I started to breathe differently. First, I started taking micro breaths, but then I started breathing like this. Watch this. I'm going to take a deep breath. You saw how long it took for me to take that breath. The average person, they breathe like this. But you can listen and hear how long it takes for me to take a deep breath. That takes a long time. Can you imagine how more healthy we would be if we would breathe that way with deep breaths versus taking micro breaths? I started breathing that way, and I started to run, and I began to run, and I began to run. I was able to run 26 miles without a break because I was breathing so deep. I was able to sing cadence when I became a drill sergeant, going uphill without taking a breath, without stopping because of breathing that way. Because I learned how to breathe from my gut, from my stomach, instead of my chest. Look up some information on Amazon. Look up breathing. Look up how breathing can make you stronger if you breathe a certain way. It changed my life. It increased what I was able to do. It'll increase what you're able to do too.